Good day. Today I'm quite pleased to say I've actually got a little product that came in from GearBest. Very impressed with the delivery service. It took 8 days from the date that I put the actual order in for it to arrive on my doorstep in Australia. So very happy with it. It's travelled through, it looks like, the distance from China to Australia basically unscathed. The box is it's a little bit battered, but not too bad. So I'll open it up and we'll have a little look inside and see what's in here. Okay, and there we go. One little box, and as you can see, a little bit of a bump on the side. Nothing bad. Bit of compression on that side, but overall not too bad considering it's come from China. So we'll have a little look inside and see what's in here. Of course, as you can gather, this is the very first time I've actually opened the box. So here we go. We have a user manual, which I will check out in a few seconds. It's sort of awkward because I'm trying to work from behind a camera. It's all in English. I'll have a good read of this before I go much further into the into my little review of the product. Flip over the other side. Again, it's quite interesting. I don't know whether it's in good English yet or not, but we'll find out in a few minutes. Okay, we've got in the box itself a little remote control. We've got some, looks like some little propeller guards. 4 of them, they seem to be alright. There, propellers, some spares. What we got here, this USB charging plug with a screwdriver, little Phillips head it looks like. Try and get this out again. Ah, there it comes. Little remote control. 3 batteries, 3 AA batteries required. So we don't have any altitude hold on this. Oh yeah, that flips open. I won't force it just yet until I can see. Oh yeah, there we go. So you just open that up, slide your mobile phone in it. Yeah, it seems alright. I'll check it later, of course. And now for the main one, if I can get it out. Oh, there she goes. And that's it. And here is my little Visuo XS809W, W standing for Wi-Fi. It's made by Tianqu. Let's have a bit of a look at it. We've got folding arms on it, which is simply open up, snap into position. No buttons on the bottom to press, which is quite nice. Same on the other area here. The plastic itself, as you can see, is quite flexible. It's the same top and bottom. It's very, very flexy. There is an SD card slot in here. My particular model, which is the W version, which is a Wi-Fi version, does not come with the necessary hardware. You need the camera version to have that. So the remote control has got buttons which relate specifically to the card, which of course I don't have, so the buttons are useless to me. The battery that comes with it is a little tiny one here. It's a proprietary battery. It's a 3.7 900 milliamp 1S battery. It's got a little micro SD slot on the side here, so you can actually bung in your cable that comes with it. The cable itself has got a little red LED light on it, which I'll show in a few minutes. The first time I actually charged the battery, it took me 1.5 hours, so 90 minutes from complete flat out of the box, or maybe the minimum charge or whatever they got on it, but 90 minutes it took me initially, and the light went out. And I've got my laptop out at the moment, got the little battery, and this is the cable that was supplied. It's got the little micro USB connector, which hopefully will fit in here if I push it in the right way. There it goes. It's a nice snug fit. We'll plug the standard USB into the side of the little laptop there. I'll zoom that around a bit, give you a bit of an idea on it. You can see the red light comes on. Now that indicates it's charging. once the battery has reached its maximum charge, the light will go out. One thing that I do recommend, and I do this all the time, is I have a lipo battery bag, and I will always put, sorry for the noise, but I'll always put my battery in a nice safe spot. Now once the battery is fully charged, it's just a simple matter of inserting into the slot underneath, this push, snap in place. You've got a little on-off switch here. Obviously we unfold things, get the arms out, and hit the switch. You can see it's sort of flashing away the little lights. A bit hard to see because we're in a bit of bright room here. So it's all functioning nicely there. I'll turn that off for the moment. One thing I forgot to mention is when you actually go to close the arms up, there is a right way and a wrong way, believe it or not. If you go from the front, you'll notice that the arms don't go hard up against the body. If you fold from the back, they actually close right over, and then you close the front one to lock it in place. So you start from the back first and then close to the front, and it gives you that nice little package there. I've had a chance to have a look at the little user manual, and something I just find quite amusing. Look, I'm Australian, I'm English speaking, English reading, that's my first language, and of course I'm used to opening up things from the right hand side. With the manual you actually go the other way, you open it from the left. So I just find it a funny little thing. I mean, it's nothing really important, it's just one of those things. I did have as I say, a good look, and the thing that I'm quite impressed with is the flight adjustment section. They've got quite a intensive instruction in there. It's quite clear and very good. I'm quite impressed with the way that's been done. And we do have on the other side here the software for the mobile phone or device that you happen to have. Now I'll show you how easy it is to actually load that. I'll just put this down here for a second. Now to use the app itself, first of all you've got to go to your Play Store. You will need a barcode scanner. I've already had a bit of a look for one, and there's quite a few to choose from. I've just simply gone with this one here. It's got ads. Okay, that didn't take long. Basically by the time I turned the camera off I'd already got it, so we'll now open it, and we just allow that because we want it to access the photos. So we just come over the appropriate area. Oops. And it goes there, and you can see here we've got the necessary link. We just touch on that, it takes us straight in, we just install it, and away we go. And yeah, pretty easy. Again, I'll wait till this fully loads and we'll come back and have a look at it. Okay, the app's now downloaded. We'll just open it up and have a bit of a look at it. And yeah, we'll allow that. Okay, that's the app there. Now obviously what we've got to do to get the app working with the copter itself, we have to bind it. So I'll get out of this, I'll go into settings on mine, which has got a Wi-Fi in there. Now to get the Wi-Fi up and running, you get your little copter. Obviously you have to have your copter turned on, so it's turned on there. And there it is there, straight up, so it didn't take long. Just tap that. And it's accepted. Okay, kick out of that. Okay, so here we go. You have to close the app itself, reopen it once you've actually got the system bound. We allow that, and with a bit of luck, when we press play, we should have, and we do, we have video. So there you go. Pop it there so you can. So yep, it's transmitting. One thing I have found already with my little copter, the little rubber feet on the bottom, one has already popped out, and I haven't done anything apart from taking it out of the box. So you might want to go around and put a dab of glue just to keep them in place, otherwise you'll lose your little rubber feet. Anyway, while we're waiting for the glue to dry, this is the box, so you can see the little functions that it comes with. Turn it on the other side here. As you can see, it's got the camera. The other side of the box, need to go a bit out. Yeah, it's a bit better. You can see it. Information on the bottom of it, showing you the different versions, and the one I've got is marked on the end here. I believe that's the one that you need to have the SD card for. And we flip the other side, is just showing camera that side, and the other is showing auto hover. Well, we'll find out about that. Anyway, that's the box. Now, while I've got the little radio transmitter here, the little supplied screwdriver is obviously for the section at the back here. Just simply unscrew it. Comes out quite easy. It's just sitting in plastic. And we pop in 3 batteries, which I just happen to have laying around. How about that, eh? So we just pop them in. And we just pop the cover back on. It's almost strong enough to stay without the screw, but I put the screw back in for safety. Knowing my luck, I'll take this thing outside and it'll drop off somewhere. It's the way it generally goes. When you least expect something to happen, it happens. I'm not going to tighten it up too hard, because you're only sitting in plastic, and when you sort of screw into plastic a few times it actually lets go. And it's basically the thing here. Turn it on, light's flashing, so turn it off again. Now, as I said earlier, these little 3 buttons on the side here don't work with my copter, nor does the auto takeoff on the side here. I will be testing obviously the stop, the emergency stop. I'm pretty certain that'll be fine, and headless mode, which is this one here, should be okay too. So we'll find out in a few minutes. One thing I've had a bit of fun with is my phone. When I've actually gone to open up this, open it up, my phone has got a case on it which is rounded, so I don't know if you can see, but that will not fit into that area there. But if I take my case off, this is an Oppo phone, get the case off. That's nice, it's giving me some screensavers. And we slide this back into here. It locks in really secure. Quite impressed with that. It won't fall out. So if you've got a phone with a rounded case, just remember that it will not physically fit the jaws properly. It will drop out, so make certain you can take your case off and you won't have any problems whatsoever. Okay, let's have a bit of a look at it. I was going to have a bit of a play with the legs, and I see that we've got little slots in here where you can actually put your prop guards in. You just pull them out, they come out quite easy. There's a little clip there, plonk him down, and there's a prop guard, and the prop guard just basically fits back in, and you just push it and it snaps in position, and that's it there. One prop guard fitted. Now that was pretty hard, wasn't it? And there we are with the 4 prop guards fitted. The couple of the other slots were a little bit harder to pull out. I couldn't quite get my fingernail into the edge of them, so I used a little knife and popped them out, and they come out really easy. And the guards also pop out really quick and easy too, so you can allow the littlies in the household to have a bit of a go flying this thing, knowing full well you're not going to damage props and hopefully damage no property or people. I've had a quick look at the little remote control. I've had a little test indoor flight. Now, because my model doesn't have auto hover, I think they're calling it on the actual box itself, the auto takeoff doesn't work, the emergency stop button doesn't work on mine. The 3 buttons on the side here, which are to do with the SD slot, of course my model is a Wi-Fi, so these functions are non-existent in the what particular model I've got. The headless mode, that works quite okay. On off, of course, works nicely. Trims work extremely well. We have rate mode on the top here, 3 different rates, so by pressing it you can actually go into the different rates. And you have a flip button. The flip button, you press it depending on which direction you want it to go. You push forward to flip forward, press again, pull back, it'll flip backwards, again to the right, again to the left. So it flips in any direction quite well. And I'll be taking some video outside, but unfortunately it's raining at the moment, so I've got to wait a day or so.